back to the National Football League to start the regular season here in Week 1 in the National Football League. We got a matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to start off the regular season here in the NFL on Fox. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. I'm Tylerman 51L. Well, here we are back in the NFL, back to football here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And what a year last season for the Atlanta Falcons, and this will be a lot of fun today here in the NFC South to start off the regular season. And welcome back to the football here, and let's get it on. Welcome to Raymond James Stadium, here home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to host the Atlanta Falcons in an NFC South battle here today to start off the regular season in the National Football League here on Fox. Tampa Bay's won the toss; they had the first, so Atlanta will get things started here today. Costanzo kicks it off to start the regular season, and here we go. Out of the end zone is Marvin Hall. And Hall with a good return. Has a lot of room to run. Still going. Off to the races. The 40, 30, 10. And he's down at the 15-yard line. By Peyton Barber. What a hole in the run by Marvin Hall. He had a lot of room, a lot of space to run. Peyton Barber able to bring him down to prevent the touchdown. And the Atlanta Falcons is in great prime shape. Play action. Ryan throws wide open, and he's in for the touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, in his third season with the Atlanta Falcons, has their first touchdown of the season to start the regular season. A nice, easy play made by the Atlanta Falcons. You got a lot of weapons for Matt Ryan, and Taylor Gabriel with an easy touchdown. Whitehead was in on the coverage on Gabriel, and that's a matchup that Matt Ryan will take any day. Well, to start off the regular season with Matt Bryant's kick good with an extra point, 7-0 over the Buccaneers, and the Atlanta Falcons have their first touchdown of the season. Bryant kicks it away. Jaquez Rogers out in the end zone, and brought down at the 15-yard line by Taylor Gabriel. What a return on special teams by Taylor Gabriel, by Marvin Hall. Jaquez Rogers, the former Falcon, looked like he was going to be in prime shape, but Taylor Gabriel brings him down close to about the 15-yard line, to about the 13-yard line of the Falcons. And now we see Jameis Winston on the field back here to start the regular season. But Winston wanted to fire, and he's got his man, Mike Evans, with a 12-yard gain and a first down for the Buccaneers. Well, to start off the regular season, Jameis Winston, with excellent protection by the offensive line, Mike Evans with an easy first down. We've seen the Atlanta Falcons defense last season able to come away with turnovers defensively against every team that they went up against last season. Winston with a deep drop this time. He's sacked back behind the 20-yard line. Vic Beasley, who led the league in sacks last season and the previous season before, has his first sack of the start off the regular season against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Able to come off the block and get a hit on Winston. This is a 9-yard loss. It's second down and long for the Buccaneers, and throws it, and it's incomplete for the intended tight end, Cameron Brate, the tight end. The great shape, but Jameis Winston throws it a little too early for Cameron Brate, who comes off with a nice route. Cameron Brate, the tight end's in motion. Empty back. The backfield is set, and it's downfield, and it's caught by Chris Godwin for a first down. What a catch by Chris Godwin. That was a nice throw by Jameis Winston through the hands of Desmond Trufant, who was in great position to catch an interception. But the strong hands win the day against Trufant. But what a start! A good start off right here for the Buccaneers. And Winston throws a beautiful pass to Godwin. Winston throws it downfield, and it's caught and it's incomplete. Adam Humphries, who is wide open, unable to come up with the reception. This is where Jameis Winston has been very consistent lately, but Adam Humphries was wide open, but the ball slips out of his hands, and it's 2nd down and 10 for the Buccaneers with Peyton Barber in the backfield and Jacquizz Rodgers and at tailback, and he is back behind the line of scrimmage from Brian Poole with a loss on the play of a yard. And the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have their first 3rd down of the game. Throws it, and it's intercepted by Atlanta. Deion Jones. A spectacular play made by the defense. Deion Jones. Dan Quinn talked about it earlier at the start of the season. This is the best defensive player we've seen all year long, and this time it's the linebacker Deion Jones, arguably one of the best linebackers in the National Football League. Dan Quinn talked about it earlier in the season, in the preseason, that Deion Jones can be a factor for this defense. Pass is caught. Gabriel off to the races, and he's in for another Falcons touchdown. With 15 seconds left in the first quarter, they went for the same play. Matt Ryan is 6 for 6 for 96 yards. It can't be this easy, but for the Atlanta Falcons, Julio Jones, who created a nice block for the offense. Bryant's kick is no good. You never see Matt Bryant miss those kicks, but he misses his first since last season. Jacquizz Rodgers takes it out of the end zone, and he's buried at the 15-yard line by Matt Bosher, the punter. That was a nice clean hit by Matt Bosher, the punter, on Jacquizz Rodgers. A guy who spent a couple of seasons with the Atlanta Falcons, and he gets whacked by Matt Bosher. 1st and 10 after that interception by Deion Jones. Peyton Barber out of the backfield, brought down by Deion Jones and Desmond Trufant. Deion Jones earlier before he had an interception. Jameis Winston is 3 for 8, 3 for his last 8 with an interception. Peyton Barber out of the backfield, and he is dropped behind by Ricardo Allen, who is a big factor for this defense. A great safety along with Keanu Neal, 2 of the best hard-hitting safeties in this league. And that's the end of the first quarter here in Raymond James Stadium. Second quarter's underway. We talked about it before. Jameis Winston is 3 for his last 8 with an interception. Winston wants to throw, and it's almost picked off by Brian Poole. The intended tight end was Cameron Brate. Jameis Winston's got two magnificent tight ends. You got O.J. Howard and this guy, Cameron Brate, at the tight end position. And that ball was popped out by Brian Poole. And he's all celebrating with the fans here in Tampa Bay. And it's a 3-and-out for the Buccaneers. Anger with a kick, and it sets Andre Roberts at the 50-yard line. Roberts to a good return out to the 30-yard line of the Falcons. What a start to the game for Taylor Gabriel. He goes over 77 yards receiving. Handoff to Freeman. Freeman with a good run, puts a juke move, and he's down at the 3-yard line by Anton Smith. Devontae Freeman, a spectacular run. What a blocking by the offensive line. You got Chris Lindstrom, Ryan Schrader, and Jake Matthews, and they create a nice play from Devontae Freeman with a great hole for huge first down yardage. First and goal at the 4-yard line. Handoff to Freeman, stiff arms, and he's in for the touchdown. And the Atlanta Falcons are going to go for 2. They are. When you see a play like that, you get it a walk-in. And that's what Devontae Freeman gets. Has their first rushing touchdown to start off the regular season against the Buccaneers. Ryan throws it wide open. Austin Hooper's got it. This is a 21-0 lead over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ryan gets hit on the play though, but Austin Hooper, who was absolutely wide open on a quick slant over the middle to get the 2-point conversion. Matt Bryant with a kick. And Jacquez Rogers back deep in his own end zone. And here comes Jameis Winston and offense back on the field. Winston throws it, and it's a little too high for Jacquez Rogers. Meanwhile, the Visa halftime report is going to be coming up soon. But Jameis Winston, who had Jacquez Rogers, who was wide open, but throws it a little too high. But not a good throw. This is what the Jameis Winston's been talking about earlier in this last season. Able to get his completion percentages better and get his accuracy more effective in this ball game. Meanwhile, Adam Humphries has a gain of about 3 yards and he's still short of a first down. Devondre Campbell was chasing him out of bounds. 3rd down and 7 with a minute and 5 to go here in the second quarter. Winston, wide open, Cameron Brate, but he's short of a first down by 2 yards. In a situation like this, you got to go for it on 4th down. But Tampa Bay's not going to do that. They want to be smart. Andre Roberts going to run it out. Going to the right, to the outside. A good haul to run. There you go. Watch the special teams for the Atlanta Falcons. This has been more effective. Andre Roberts going out wide and goes through a cut. And one of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defenders was saving what would have been a touchdown. Ryan is sacked. A loss of 11. A loss of 11 on that sack. Pass is caught. Julio Jones out to the 40-yard line. And the Atlanta Falcons are in a hurry. It's 3rd down and 8. Ryan wide open. Julio Jones has it. And in the end zone, touchdown Falcons. Julio Jones, a spectacular receiver in this ball game, along with Taylor Gabriel and Mohamed Sanu, and he was wide open, and he just running fast, and Julio Jones gets to spike it. Julio Jones using his speed to get into the end zone. We saw Matt Bryant miss an extra point earlier in the ball game, but doesn't miss this one. Bryant's kick is underway with 33 seconds left, and Rodgers will take a knee. If Jameis Winston company want to get into the red zone, that means Jameis Winston has to be more accurate and consistent through this defense. Hand off to Peyton Barber, and he's gonna have a gain of 4 yards on the pickup before he's brought down from behind by Bruce Irvin, the former Oakland Raider. And the Buccaneers are in a hurry. Play clock at 3, 2. With Winston, the throw, being pressured, and it's intercepted. Robert Alford inside the 36-yard line. There you go. Watch that nitro defense we saw last season. And Alford, a guy who had a couple of interceptions later in the last season, and a guy who had an interception by Tom Brady in Super Bowl 51 who returned it for 82 yards. And Mike Evans saving the pick 6. And the Visa halftime port is underway. Ryan wants to get one play out of this. Ryan throws it on the sideline, and it's caught by Taylor Gabriel, who's becoming a bigger factor of this as this game moves on. The Visa halftime port is here. What a start to the day for the Atlanta Falcons to start the regular season. I mean, Matt Ryan's been very consistent. Matt Ryan is 9 for 9 for going over 175 yards passing against this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Meanwhile, Jameis on the other side of the ball, Jameis Winston, who's been having a frustrating afternoon trying to get past the Atlanta Falcons defense. 2 turnovers defensively for the Falcons. You got an interception by Deion Jones and an interception by Robert Alford. 2 great players, along with a lot of defensive players for the Atlanta Falcons. You got Ricardo Allen, Keanu Neal, and Deion Jones and Alford, and a whole lot of other players like Brian Poole and Devondre Campbell. These guys are very highly effective for Dan Quinn's defense. No one has rushed for more yards in the NFL since the start of last season than Devontae Freeman and Ezekiel Elliott. Devontae Freeman, who went over 1,000 yards in rushing last season, and Devontae Freeman had his first touchdown of the game. And what a game for Taylor Gabriel. 2 touchdowns, going over 100 yards receiving. A guy who was cut from Cleveland, and he's in his 3rd season with the Atlanta Falcons as this game moves on. And Matt Ryan is spreading the ball out quick to all these weapons for his team. Thanks for watching the Visa halftime report. And the 3rd quarter is underway. Matt Bryant kicking it away to the Buccaneers to start off the second half. Remember, Buccaneers did win the toss, so they did defer, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. And Bosher with a huge hit on Jacquizz Rodgers at the 15-yard line. And the Buccaneers are in desperate field position at the 15-yard line. As you say that? Winston throws it, and it's caught by Mike Evans for a gain of about 7 yards. Well, Mike Evans, who's his main target at as this game moves on, throws a good completion, but strong hands at the point of the catch against Deion Jones. We talked about Deion Jones earlier in the game, who had an interception. We talked about it. If he can be a factor, it makes things a lot tougher for this as this game moves on. Peyton Barber, with nowhere to go, he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Deion Jones. Actually, the first guy there was Robert Alford, who had an interception early in the second half. And they're facing their first third down of the second half. 3rd down and 3. Barber in the backfield. And now he throws, and it's caught by Mike Evans, but it's going to be, and the referee's going to call him out of bounds. That ball was a little too high. Mike Evans couldn't keep his feet in bounds, but he did secure that football at the point of the process. That ball was a little far off the sideline. Watch where his feet is at. One. Mike Pereira told us in the replay booth. He didn't get that second foot down. The right foot was down inside the end zone. So good call by the referees for saying it. That's an incomplete pass. Ryan Anger to punt. And here comes Andre Roberts. Roberts to the outside. And he's gone. And he's gone. He's in for the touchdown. Special teams wins it for today with Andre Roberts with his first touchdown on special teams to start off the regular season. A guy who had a season with the Detroit Lions, working against Chris Conte, and Andre Roberts, a good return for a touchdown. What a start for the Falcons. Bryant with the extra point, it's good. 35-0. Bryant with the kickoff with Jaquez Rogers. Good return. Rogers sets the Buccaneers at the 30-yard line. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. If the Buccaneers want to climb back into this game, that means they gotta get past this terrific Falcons defense. Oh, it's almost dropped. That could have been an interception for Duke Riley. Cameron Brate was the intended target. We talked about it earlier in the game. Mike Pereira told us earlier in the game, it's time for the Buccaneers to wake up offensively, play a better game, and be more consistent, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are creating turnovers, and that's been a big development for this team to get interceptions. And on the sideline, it's caught by Adam Humphries for a first down. Alford was in on the coverage on Humphries. Great protection over the middle by the offensive line. Adam Humphries able to keep his feet in bounds at the point of the process. Both backs in there, Rogers and Barber. Rogers is in at tailback. Peyton Barber has a gain of 3 yards on first down. If they want to get this run game going, the offensive line has been struggling all game long. But Grady Jarrett from behind, a nice tackle on Peyton Barber. Peyton Barber, who missed about a couple of seasons with an ankle injury, and he's taken down for a loss. Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett came in with a lot of the pressure, and they have a great play. Deidre Sanat, the rookie defensive tackle, along with Grady Jarrett, the first two guys there. No one within blocking distance of Jarrett and Sanat. 3rd down and 11 for the Buccaneers. Winston throws it over the middle. It's caught by Peyton Barber, but has a minimum chunk of yardage. And Devondre Campbell makes a nice tackle. Here we go, back on special teams. Andre Roberts, who already had a touchdown on special teams. Andre Roberts gets tripped up at the 30-yard line. The drive will start for Atlanta at their own 30 as they lead by 35. Freeman in the backfield. Pass is incomplete for Mohamed Sanu, who hasn't got much playing action today. Good play action, great play by the offensive line. And that could have been a turnover for Matt Ryan. Not a good throw, but Matt Ryan talked about it. Freeman again. Pass is caught. Sanu. A 40-yard reception for a first down. Out to the 30-yard line. Mohamed Sanu, who was absolutely wide open. They went for the same play with Jason Pierre-Paul. Mohamed Sanu was wide open. Javian Elliott was on the coverage on Gabriel, but that matchup doesn't work here against Mohamed Sanu, a veteran guy who spent a couple of seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals, and has another completion today for another first down. And Matt Ryan goes over 200 yards throwing the ball, spreading to these receivers. Chris Conte. Mohamed Sanu with strong hands on the point of the catch along the sideline with a toe tap. 1st and goal for the Falcons. They're 4 for 4 on red zone tries here. Ryan with time, throws, and it's almost picked off. These missed opportunities are killing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Number 24 would not be denied for the defense. Couldn't come up with an interception against Mohamed Sanu. And that ball slipped out of his hands. These missed opportunities are disturbing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. With nobody open, Ryan with time, same play, throws, and it's juggled and almost caught for the touchdown. And that ball was out of his hands. 3rd and goal. Same play. Ryan throws it for Julio Jones. And the field goal unit's on the field. Bryant's kick is good. This is a 38-0 game. And they have their first field goal to start off the game towards the 4th quarter. A good high kick from Matt Bryant. Jacquez Rogers takes a knee back deep along in the end zone. Winston with a deep drop this time. Winston is sacked. And he's down at the 24-yard line for a loss of 3 by Grady Jarrett. Becoming a bigger factor for this defensive front for the Falcons as this game moves on. And this pass rush for the Falcons is unstoppable. Grady Jarrett, a guy who had 3 recording sacks against Tom Brady in Super Bowl 51, has his first sack of the game. Deion Jones. Meanwhile, Peyton Barber out of the backfield has had a reception. Deion Jones makes a nice tackle. Wide open, Mike Evans has a first down. And Tampa Bay is on the verge of losing today with 40 seconds left on the clock. And Winston to throw. Cameron Brate, the tight end, has a reception for 2 yards. Deion Jones from behind takes him down. These mistakes have been killing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all game long as the season starts. Here's against the Falcons. Mike Evans wide open. Both teams have 3 timeouts in this game. And Tampa Bay at midfield is not going to use a timeout yet. Chris Godwin has a catch before he's brought down by Devondre Campbell. 11 seconds left. And Tampa Bay, the clock winding down. Hand out to Peyton Barber, and he has a first down. But it's not going to work. The Falcons win it. Week 1 was underway, and the Atlanta Falcons have their first win to start off the regular season here on Fox. Thanks for watching the NFL on Fox. We'll see you in Week 2 against the Oakland Raiders. Goodbye.